Coming up on Oregon News, a conviction is confirmed in the Oregon Supreme Court for two who are now on death row. Another candidate drops out of the presidential race, and both Oregon Diamond Sports are back out on the road for this weekend. All that right around the corner. Hello and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Oregon News Update. I'm Zach Bigley and these are your top stories. The Oregon Supreme Court has affirmed a conviction of a death sentence for a father and son who killed two police officers in a 2010 bank bombing. Bruce and Joshua Turnage were convicted of planting a bomb that blew in a bank in Woodburn and killed two officers trying to dismantle it. The Turnages are on Oregon's death row, but the state is currently not executing anyone. The 2016 Video Game Hall of Fame inductees were announced this morning. 6 games were inducted this year after Super Mario Bros. And Pong were last year's inductees. Those new games into the Hall are Grand Theft Auto 3, The Oregon Trail, The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, Legend of Zelda, and Space Invaders. There were 16 finalists for the Hall of Fame this year. Those games join Mario, Pong, Tetris, World of Warcraft, Pac-Man, and Doom as the only games in the Hall of Fame so far. For a full list of the finalists, you can go onto its website, www.worldvideogamehalloffame.org. The presidential race is getting closer to boiling down to one candidate in the two main parties, now as another candidate has dropped out of the race. Republican Ohio Governor John Kasich dropped out on Wednesday, following in the footsteps of right-wing rival Ted Cruz, who bowed out on Tuesday. That now means that Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee for president. Both Vermont Senators Bernie Sanders and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton are currently in the race for the Democratic nomination, though Clinton is leading the march. Coming up on this Oregon News Update, Oregon baseball and softball are on the road, and there's some interesting things happening on the mound and in the circle for those clubs. Plus, we'll take a look at the weather. All that around the corner in 30 seconds.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. After a non-conference win against San Diego State on Monday, Oregon baseball has won 3 straight games heading into its next Pac-12 series with Arizona State. ASU is currently tied with the Ducks in the Pac-12 standings at 9-9, and the Sun Devils are also coming off 3 consecutive wins. Struggles on the mound early on for the Ducks have caused a mix-up in the starting rotation. Cole Irvin will start Game 1, David Peterson will start Game 2, and Matt Crook is completely out of the rotation after a rocky last couple of starts. Who will be starting that final game? Well, we'll see who George Horton is putting out there on the mound, though Cole Stringer did look awfully impressive against San Diego. On to the Condensed Diamond now. After breezing through a non-conference doubleheader with Utah Valley on Tuesday, the Ducks are back out on the road. It's down to the Bay for Oregon as they match up with Cal for a 3-game set. The Golden Bears can really sling it as they boast a 2.44 team ERA. They are led by senior Nisa Ontiveros, who is 14-5 this season with a 1.55 ERA. She'll match up with Sheridan Hawkins in Game 1, which is set up to be one of the best pitching duels in the conference so far. Most importantly, the Ducks will have a chance to clinch the Pac-12 conference for the 4th consecutive year if they sweep down this weekend in Berkeley. Now let's take a look at the weather. It looks like the rain will be subsiding today and throughout the weekend, but we haven't gotten rid of those clouds. Today will be cloudy with a high of 68 and a low of 49. As we look ahead to our 3-day forecast, the sun is coming back out to play. Friday will be partly cloudy with a high of 79 and a low of 53. Moving into Saturday, the high will be 82 with a low of 52, but it starts to cool off on Sunday as it's partly cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 46. If you're heading up to Portland this weekend, you might want to break out the sunscreen. For Friday and Saturday, expect highs in the mid-80s and low to mid-50s. Sunday, the clouds will start to drift in and the temperatures will drift down with a high of 67 and a low of 48. That'll do it for this Oregon News Update. Tune in tomorrow for our live newscast at noon For everyone here at Oregon News, I'm Zach Bigley. Have a great rest of your day.